All praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashir Shai Bashir Baruch Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Boso that roll well, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Spirit hopped on me to expound on the concept that when the Heavenly Father dishes out destruction, that there's nothing someone can do to stop it, okay? They can't slow it down. They can't curtail it. They don't get a time where they can get a breather from it, okay? They can't weasel out of their destruction, okay? And not only did the Heavenly Father already he predetermined the destruction of all these, every last individual person on the planet, but he did for this current rulership, okay? Because despite the minds of the people, there is a global regime that they're a part of, okay? That they're subjects of. Really not, they're not a part of it. You're fucking under the rule of it. See? And you were given certain liberties as a subject in this fucking place. You were given the liberty to do as you will to an extent, okay? And you're really given the freedom to do wickedness, okay? That's really what's promoted. And this society is set up and designed for you to do so, all right? But your fate has been sealed by Yahweh Shai Shai, okay? How can you fucking try to change something that literally in the spirit world and another dimension, it already fucking happened? It's as sure as the universe is intact, as sure as you're breathing, is the end demise of these fucking people, okay? And of this empire, okay? And this is expressed in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. So we're starting at 2, gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Okay? And we know it's going into really America, but everywhere. Okay? Every fucking where. All the masses of the people, all the inhabitants of the earth are about to be dealt with a gruesome, fucking destructive times, evils, which means bad times, okay? Fucking great fucking tribulation is coming on them. The worst experiences, not only that they ever have, but that anybody has ever in the history of mankind. Okay, you thought shit was strange back in the day, how people caught, that people died, or, you know, some of the hell that people caught. It's going to be novel, okay? It's going to be unprecedented, meaning meaning not, and precedent, meaning the times preceding. This was the experiences that you're going to fucking be in firsthand. Nobody in preceding times have felt that, okay? Some nasty, crazy, out of this fucking world type judgments, all right? And as the scriptures say, he's going to keep you in those fucking torments. You're going to dwell in them, all right? Like a house, like a dwelling. You're gonna abide in those shits, okay? And this is not only coming down the pipes; it's now here, and it came out of the spigot, okay? And some of you people, that bath is being filled up, and that's the spirit, because the scriptures reference this destruction unto a flood. All right, Apostle Rimelaw did a beautiful breakdown on that when he exegeted the Revelation, the 11th chapter, right? He said a flood. Why it's mentioned as a flood when it comes to destruction is because when you're submerged in water, that shit is all around you. It's literally touching the entire surface area of your body, right? Okay, and that the shit's going into your pores. See, your skin, your biggest organ. Okay, so you're wrapped in that shit. There's no escape from that shit. Okay. It says a sword is sent unto you, and who may turn it back? All right. But listen, the heavy part is the least these people can do is to bewail. Like it says, to gird up yourselves with sack and hair. They mentioned that. We went into that the other day in Isaiah 32. Okay. How it says, fucking put that sackcloth on, which a motherfucker does at a funeral when they're mourning and lamenting for a death. Okay, which is some of the worst sorrow a person can experience. But look, this is going to be way worse than the loss of a loved one. All right, it's going to be a sorrow that that people don't even know existed. That people didn't even know could be possible. Okay. But the sword, which is representative of destruction, is sent upon the masses of these people that's coming. Okay, and just as we mentioned, it's starting to trickle in. All right. It's starting to enter the door. But you can't turn it back. All right, this is a fucking it's rhetoric. All right, it's different literary devices. It's a form of a literary device. It's asking you. It's a rhetorical question. Who's going to turn it back? Nobody can turn it back. Okay, and it's heavy because the people don't realize we wrestle not with flesh and blood. All right, but with spirits is what dictates the physical realm. What you don't understand is that these things were already set in the spirit. And now they just have to play out carnally. All right? It's reminiscent of that account in Daniel when he prayed for, when he elevated a petition to Yahweh Bashir Yahushai that the Heavenly Father granted. And, the spiritual entities were just, it took time for it to play out in the physical realm, okay, for him to get that petition granted unto him. So just in that same kind of wise, there's kind of like a delay, if you will, or it's not so much a delay, but it's just a time difference, if you will. Okay. You can even call it an order of operations, that it happens in the spirit first, and then that's going to dictate how it plays out physically. All right. So you can't. There is no attempt to halt this. It says a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? All right, fires, get really into the picture of this. You got to visualize it. Some fires are so bad, you can't fucking put them out for nothing. Some fires are so bad, they try to hit it with the hoses, okay, those fire department hoses, the heavy duty shit, and it will just cause the fire to rage on at a higher, okay? It says, and it's telling you who may quench it, you're not going to be able to put that fire out. And that's referenced several times in the scriptures, right? One that comes to the surface, the precept that a fire is already kindled, okay? What will I? That's another form of a rhetorical question. What will I if it already be kindled? All right? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? And that's fucking heavy because a plague, it is, some plagues, they fucking spread like wildfire. All right? They're highly fucking contagious. And people thought it was just fiction, these movies like Contagion. Okay, like fucking, what's that other one? Let's see. Let's fucking look it up. Let's look it up through the spirit. Another one that comes to mind is shit like even The Walking Dead. That was a fucking plague, right? Another one was Resident Evil, all right? Fucking 28 days later, and that was a whole series, 28 weeks later. And then on and on. There's like 3 or 4 in those installments of that shit. Okay, let's see. It starts with a P, the one I'm thinking of. Contagion, right? Outbreak, 28 days later. The Happening, it comes at night. Quarantine, that's the one. All right. Crazies. You know, World War Z, Pandemic. See? These motherfuckers think that's just fiction. But in those, they showed how quickly the shit spreads. But we know also from history, the fucking bubonic plague, okay, that's going to be tied in with Jacob's trouble. Because that was a form of Jacob's trouble. You don't think the Heavenly Father is going to let loose his whole arsenal of destructive methods that he's used in the past and that he uses, right? Like in the fucking death, the killing of Israelites when Satan hopped on David to number Israel. Okay, the elder Iathan was going into how, that's one of the Heavenly Father's favorite ways to kill is with plagues. All right, and motherfuckers, they can't stop that shit when there's a crazy outbreak. Okay, and it shows you really, because Contagion couldn't even really be proven when they did the studies on that. That's for another lesson. But you really go into it because it's all about your terrain, how healthy your actual body is. But look, the Heavenly Father even controls a fucking disease, how it spreads to people, and he's just gonna cause that shit to just to be rampant. It says, may any drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it has begun to burn. All right? When the hungry lion goes for his prey, when he pounces on that, and he locks on to his neck, all right? Absolutely not. And Stubble was mentioning the fire in the stubble. Stubble is an accelerant, so it causes fire to burn quicker. It causes fire to burn with more intensity. Okay. May anyone turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. All right, when a fucking archer, when he pulls back the string, okay? Because it's in different forms of string on a bow, all right? What he does is, when he draws, okay? He draws it, meaning he pulls it back. You knock the arrow, which when you knock an arrow is you set it up on that string, okay? I forgot what the back part of a arrow is. Let's check that out. That you put on that string, and you put the front part, the arrowhead a little bit in from the arrowhead, that the actual shaft of the arrow. You set that up on the front of the bow, and you draw back the arrow on that string. It's called the draw, right? And then you loose that motherfucker. Let's see, what is the tail of an arrow called? The knock. See? So when you knock it, let's see if you can get an image. Yep. When you draw that arrow back, okay? And when it's loosed, you can't call it back. And we know that is also twofold for the missiles. And see, that fate is already predetermined as well. That's gonna be the final destruction, which is shit, man. That is beyond what we can really fathom. How destructive those weapons are. Okay. That's gonna be coupled with fucking chariot fire. What the world ignorantly calls UFOs zapping people to powder, all right? With lasers, fucking concentrated fire, all right? That's going to be the culmination, the climax of this destruction. But before that, as aforementioned, the people are going to fucking abide in those torments. They're going to get fucking tortured. Okay? And there's nothing that you're going to be able to do when it comes to attempt to get it to stop. All right? Like, imagine when a motherfucker is getting jumped. Because a lot of times if somebody just keeps going, if a pack of people continue to unleash on a motherfucker who's laying on the ground, a lot of times they get put to death. All right? When you're throwing kicks to this motherfucker's face, to his midsection, okay? It's like you're gonna want some reprieve, all right? You're gonna want some reprieve, which reprieve just means you're gonna want a fucking break from that shit. You're gonna want to come up for air. See? But there won't be, you won't get a breather from it. It's just gonna continue upon you, all right? Non-fucking stop. Unrelenting. So the people, they can continue in their fucking folly, in their fucking bullshit, okay? They can continue in their mirth and their recreation up until this comes. And the kicker about it is there's really nothing you can fucking do. The ones who are gonna get dealt this hand, there's nothing you can fucking do to stop it. You have a predetermined hand, okay? And it's gonna be all fucking jokers, all right? It's gonna be shit, you know? It's gonna be a terrible fucking hand. See? It says, The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Okay? And once again, nobody. This is telling you, who's going to do this? It's almost fucking facetious. Who's going to stop this? Salakia, Lord will, it didn't fuck up the lesson. I got a call in. We'll check it out. It says, a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? Okay? And we're going to close out with this, Isaiah 47, because this expresses it as well. And this is going in for America, but it's the same sentiment. You're not going to be able to put this off, okay? And just as them that are allotted for destruction, the individuals, this place, America, has this fate, all right? In the 11th verse, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. It's like when destruction comes so sudden and it comes so fucking fierce, people, they wonder and they ask a question. They'll say, man, or when the motherfucker is going to come and deal you some revenge or these different things, people will say, God damn, they're going to say, the one who's dealing the shit, they'll say, he ain't going to know what hit him. Okay? We're going to hit him so fucking hard, they ain't going to know. This motherfucker ain't going to know what hit him. Okay? That's how the Heavenly Father's going to come upon the people. All these people who had mentioned in this chapter, they lived and they dwelt with pleasure. All right? They mocked the Heavenly Father. They were big-time participants in the idolatry of this place. They're fucking beast worshipers to the max. Okay? They're partakers and willing subjects of the so-called fucking white man, the devil the Bible speaks of. Okay? So they're going to catch this as well. It says, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. You're not going to know what hit you when this shit comes. This is in the NLT, so disaster will overtake you, and you won't be able to charm it. It's just like it says, it's going to come like a fucking flood. All right? You can't really brace for, say, a fucking tsunami. All right? You're not going anywhere. They showed that in that one movie with fucking Morgan Freeman when he was the president and shit. And apparently it was a meteor. Let me see what that's called. Slovakia, man. But what they did when the tsunami was coming, they just fucking hugged each other. And they just looked up and they just fucking hugged each other. They didn't try to run because they didn't know where you're going to go. Okay. Meteor. Deep impact. Okay. In all these movies, they're in reference to these times that is coming upon the earth. Okay? You can't stop this. It is going to overtake you. All right? You will be able to charm it. See? Your fucking charm. Not only, going into, you're going to try to fucking consult with fucking idols and shit and other demons, demonic entities to try to get you up out of this. Okay, but your charm. You think a slut thinks because she's cute and she looks good that a nigga won't really follow through with an act of carnage upon her. Okay, no, that's not the fucking case. Okay, you can't weasel yourself up out of this fucking destruction. Okay, you can't pretty your way out of it. You know, you can't. You cannot placate the power when it's too late. Even the Heavenly Father. Okay, Most High, okay, God, okay, I'm sorry, God. I got you now. I'm good. Okay? You won't be able to play Yahweh Bashem Yahushai at that point. That's why it says to seek him while he may be found. Because when he dishes out that destruction, it's too fucking late. Okay? It says, calamity will fall upon you and you won't be able to buy your way out. Okay, that's another form that people try to do. Offer money. All right? A catastrophe will strike you suddenly, one for which you are not prepared. All right? And this is how it is. This is how the MO, the mode of operating of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? And he doesn't change. He's been moving like this since the beginning. He got these motherfuckers in the flood, and this is not reference to as the second death. All right? But it's going to be a flood again. Didn't he get them like that? They weren't worried about it. Just like these niggas say, we ain't worried about none of that shit. No, nigga, we getting our funds up. We're running these sluts up. We're making generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? But the Heavenly Father's gonna get him. Catch him fucking snoozing. See? They're going to know and see that this was the power that should have been glorified when it's too fucking late. But it's all good because the Most High, as it says, the reason why he did this, because he caused them not to fucking, to pay attention to him. You see? He caused them to rebel against him. But when he brings the wrath, when his wrath is poured out upon them, then he's going to get his glory back. Like I said in that Exodus 14, he's going to get his glory when he fucking destroys them, just like he did with Pharaoh. And to the rest of the nations, the people who even heard about that shit and the stories that were passed down to generations, to not fuck with the power of Israel. Okay? And this one is going to be so fucking gruesome. This is going to be on the highest level imaginable, so much so that the people are going to remember this for an eternity, forever. Okay? It's going to make way more of a lasting impression than Egypt did. Because that only lasts for a few hundreds, maybe thousands of years. Okay, hundreds for sure, maybe 1,000, but not even really. Because look, niggas ain't worried about what was done over there to them Egyptians and shit. That whole empire that he fucking pummeled. All right, but they will this time around. That's how bad he's gonna do this current empire and the fucking people. The masses of the people that they're going to remember that forever about Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's the whole kicker. That's the point of it. But best believe that you won't get a break. You won't be able to take a break. And that's a scary fucking thought, okay? That you're going to be trapped in that hell, in holy fucking unimaginable hell when it comes. Ultimate fucking torture. Shit that you won't even be able to withstand, right? It's going to be way too much for you. You're going to be way in over your fucking head. Okay? But like it says in the precepts, as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. All right? So with that, call Shalom.